Blue, just for stars, what have been your impressions of the competition from your group this spring?
Man, I love the group, man. The group's good. You got some guys that are running out of time. You got some guys that are looking to kind of expand their role in terms of what we're asking for them in the secondary. So that increases competition, which is always good for the room.
What have been your impressions of Elijah Jones so far?
He's talented. He is a talented dude. I'm still waiting on him to decide how good or how great he's going to be, though. So I'm just waiting on him at the moment. Like I said, he shows flashes, but consistency we got to definitely work on.
What is it that you're wanting to see more consistently out of him?
Just the hunger for the game. You know, I'm looking for him to want to be that guy. I'm looking for him to wear me out from a football IQ standpoint, and I want extra. Like, I'm looking for that guy. Like I said, he's a guy. He's probably one of the guys that's kind of running out of time. So you should see that urgency. You should see that want to, that drive, and you see it. It's just at spurts right now.
How difficult do you think it is for a guy like him who's just come in here to balance that, like trying to make an impact, but also like learning the defense and kind of adapting to a new place?
One more time. I'm sorry.
I said, how difficult do you think it is for a guy like that who's just coming in here to kind of get used to the scheme and get used to a new environment while still trying to, like you said, make himself kind of be that guy?
Oh, he got to work. Whether he's been here already or he's just showing up, like, he still got to work. The work has to be done. So, you know, if you can't say, I got it. The moment that you say, I got it, you don't. And so you're left behind. So you got to always come in and attack it as if you're learning it for the first time. And so the group's been doing pretty good with that. You know, you got guys that have been in there that heard the same messaging over and over and over again, yet they are writing it down like it's the first time they're hearing it. So that's when I know we're taking steps, when those small, intricate details are being written down again and again and again. I think that's when you're starting to grow in the back end.
Coach, those X factor qualities that you're kind of looking for from Elijah, has anybody in the group kind of showed those to you already this spring?
Hell, Elijah has them. I mean, he's a guy that has that X factor. It's just about consistency, you know. Other guys, I mean, man, I'm kind of blessed with this group. This group kind of runs itself. Expectations are the expectations. They drive themselves. So for a young dude as like Alex Austin, like, he knows what he wants. He knows what it looks like. He knows how to compete. He pushes the group. Grant's another guy that pushes the group. KT is pushing the group. Like, for a young dude that has had some success on the grass, like, they got it figured out from that aspect. They just need me every now and then just to kind of push and prod them to say, hey, we haven't reached the standard or we've exceeded the standard, but we got to still go. So I think there are a couple of guys in the group that kind of has that X factors. For us, I think it's about consistency, not getting complacent, just continue to push and grind day in and day out.
When you talk about the standard, how close do you feel like you met that standard last year?
I don't know. I don't know that we'll ever get the standard. If we get close, we'll reset that bar and keep hunting. But, you know, the standard is just a initial focus point. And when we start to get going, if we reach it, we reset it. If we don't, it's we keep grinding at it. The standard is kind of like a white unicorn or something like that. It's kind of imaginary. It's something that we talk about. We're gonna work our tails off to get it. We probably never catch it, but it's fun chasing it, though. I tell you that.
Coach, just talk about through the first couple weeks of spring now. What's maybe one thing that you've liked about the group so far? Maybe one thing you'd still like to see a little bit more consistency down the stretch.
One of the things is just communication, football IQ. Man, I think those dudes are ahead of the game in that aspect of it. we talk less with scheme defensively, more about how are they trying to attack the defense that we're presenting to them. So I think at this stage, like, those guys have a firm understanding of what's expected, what they have to do, what they have to execute. Now it's all about, like, hey, what route concepts can we anticipate? Like, how are they going to attack it? This guy split, it's this way. Like, so we're kind of dissecting the game from that aspect of it, which has been fun. Because at this point, most of those guys have heard the install like a couple times. So if I don't take the next step in the teaching progression, those dudes fall asleep on me. So that's kind of how I keep them engaged. Is, hey man, we're gonna run quarter halves here. What can we expect based on this split? Like, what are you thinking here? So it's more dialogue than anything. And man, it's amazing, man. If you just shut up and just let these men talk, man, you'll be amazed of how their football minds are starting to develop. So that's been fun. That's been a fun aspect of just the few spring practices that we've had. It's just how much more developed are these guys from a football IQ standpoint.
Hey, Coach, going back to Elijah, how would you kind of describe his game? Like, what do you think he does really, really well?
Shit, Elijah is really talented. Like I said, he's one of those guys that can do anything skill set wise. He's long, he's strong, he's powerful, he can run. Like, he can do it. Like, he can do it. Like, I've seen some guys playing at the next level. He's not there yet, but he has those characteristics. He has those traits. With him, he just got to make up his mind. I'm not going to change. I'm going to continue to push it on him and continue to expect him to be great. And you'll know when he's great, because he would have made up his mind to be great, and then we're off and running at that point.
Yeah, Coach, just talk a little bit about the depth in the room. Coach Tibesar and Coach Smith have, talked about it at length, just saying that this is arguably the deepest it's been since they've been there. Just even from last spring, how much deeper is this group? And, just speak to that a little bit.
Man, I think right now, from a depth standpoint, you got some guys that have not yet got exposure from the standpoint of, you got some good quality men that are just working their tails off in the dark, so to speak, just waiting for their opportunity to kind of show their talents. And there won't be a drop off between the guys that we roll out there and the guy that has to come in. There will not be a drop off, in my opinion, because that guy that's just going to come in off the bench, that dude he's just waiting for an opportunity to present itself. So I love the depth. I love the competitiveness in that room. It makes the room fun. It makes it competitive. It makes it tough just to kind of relax. It makes it extremely tough. So I enjoy it.
It feels good. Just right now, just playing it safe with it. Not fully there, but it feels good, so we're just being smart with it.
When you when you had the injury back, I can't remember I think it was Stanford. Did you know right away something was wrong and this wasn't going to go well?
No, I thought I had a stinger in my arm, which is normal. I get at least one a game, but then I realized I couldn't move my fingers and my wrist, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna take a knee.
How have you been? Is this the first time you've been out for this extended period of time, or have you ever had a situation where you've been kind of injured for quite a long time?
Yeah, this is by far the most. It's the first broken bone ever in my life, so it's definitely the longest I've been out due to an injury.
So just out of curiosity, how mentally how's it been for you? Have you been kind of adapted to it pretty well, or did it take some time to adjust yourself to this?
No, it's healed pretty good. We're just playing smart. We don't play football for some months, so we're just playing smart. So I'm just doing what I can do right now.
What are you seeing from your group of linebackers during spring? I know you're participating in some things, but not everything. So what have you been able to see from when you're watching?
I think they're playing good. I think Omar, Jack, Kyrie, Michael Earhart, Jr., a bunch of guys are playing good football right now. So it's exciting. A bunch of guys that can play.
how close to when do you think you'll actually be able to cut loose and go 100%, like early summer or something like that?
Oh yeah, for sure, definitely.
So for sure you'll be you think you're going to be good to go come when
Yeah.
camp starts in.
Mhm.
Okay.
Anything else for Avery?
Yeah, I got one, Trevor. Avery, just talking about the defense as a whole, what have you kind of just been able to see from observing and then obviously being on the sidelines and from the defense itself, as Jonathan Smith kind of said last week that, the defense had kind of given the offense some issues?
I think it's just a lot of guys are comfortable right now. A lot of guys are, third, 4 year in the CS system. So it's just guys with that being comfortable, knowing what they're doing on their job and playing free.
What have you kind of have you noticed anything specific that has maybe been better from like the end of last season into spring that's noticeable right away?
Just the communication has been better. Guys know what they're doing every play. That's really been a big thing.
Oh yeah, Elijah. Just we hadn't talked to you since you've been at Oregon State. Just for starters, why did you end up picking Oregon State?
I just feel like it's a great fit for me to be great and go to the next level. I feel like Coach Blue and Coach Smith get me better so I can elevate my game.
How long had you, when you were at Kansas, how long had you considered transferring? Was it just right at the end of the season, or were you kind of thinking about it all along?
Talking to my parents and just praying a lot about it. It popped up in my mind at the end of the season when the season is over break. So I feel like it was the best decision to hit the portal.
Was there anything specific that attracted you to Oregon State in terms of position you play?
Yes, sir. I like the culture that they build in here. I like how the coaches coach. I like how they honest, and I like how they push us to be the best we could be.
What's been your impression of, I think this is 8 spring practices, the progress you guys are making at the corner positions?
That everybody flying around, everybody just having fun out here. It's a good environment. I like that.
What is there anything specific you feel like are unique you think you bring to the table that, just talk a little bit about your skills?
I feel like I'm a good man-to-man corner, so I feel like I bring that to the table big time.
Further questions?
Elijah, what is it kind of like working under Coach Blue? What do you think kind of this competitive atmosphere that he creates? How do you think that benefits you?
It benefits me great because Coach Blue, he was in the league, he coached in the league, so he know what it takes to get there. So he keep pushing us every day. He's not letting up on nothing. So that's great for us, and it gets us ready for the next level.
Yeah, Elijah, talk a little bit about coming into the cornerback room and getting to know the guys and how you think you fit and what your assessment of the talent is so far.
It's just a lot of talent in that room. It's just a lot of talent in that room that I didn't know about, honestly. So me coming in, it just pushed me to be better. It pushed me to be the best player I could be, and it fit right in because everybody got good personality, and then we all click with each other.
Have you had anyone who's kind of been like a mentor to you, kind of helping you kind of learn Corvallis or anything like that, or have you kind of been getting to know it on your own so far?
All these boys cool, you know what I'm saying? They all took me in, so like a family. So I can't really specifically say a single person just took me in because they all took me in as a brother. So that's what I liked a lot.
How important was it for you to find something like that, like not just a good football fit, but a place where you're gonna enjoy yourself?
Oh, that's very important for me because being from Florida, it's a long way from home. So, getting homesick sometimes, you need some brothers around you, and that's what I like. I like to put a smile on my face.
You come from a conference that's known for throwing the ball quite a bit and scoring a lot of points. Have you had a chance to look at all at the Pac-12 and what you've seen and from video or anything like that?
From what I see, it's kind of like an air raid offense, just like how the Big 12 was. So I feel like I prepared that. Me being in the Big 12, I feel like I'm prepared for it.
Elijah, you obviously have a few years of experience at the Power 5 level. Do you think that's kind of made this transition a little bit smoother for you, where you're not having to kind of adjust to the speed of the game more maybe just learn the playbook rather than kind of, like I said, adjusting to that speed?
Yeah, I feel like it helped me a lot big time, but I can't sit here and think it's sweet. So I just got to come out here and be ready.